Hi, lovelies. Welcome to Managing My Money with Rosa. Today, we are going to stuff my husband's check. My husband's check takes care of our cash funds every 2 weeks. And then depending on how much he made, how much needs to get spent for this, get spent for that, determines how much I actually get to put into my into my sinking funds and my savings challenges. I have way too many savings challenges. I know that, and I also have way too many sinking funds, and I know that too. But I still absolutely want to try to keep funding those things. But the whole purpose of my husband's check is so that we have cash for 2 weeks. He gets paid bi-weekly. We both get paid bi-weekly. This is his week. Next week will be mine. So we're going to go ahead and get all of this stuffed. Before I do that though, if you're new here, thanks so much for stopping by. I'd really appreciate if you would take a second and hit subscribe down below. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and spending a little bit more of your time with me. Really appreciate it. So we do fast food. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes it's a little more, sometimes it's a little less. I've been toying with how much is going into fast food. It was 100, then I bounced it to 110, I bounced it to 120, I back down to 100. Still haven't decided what the magic number is, but with food prices going up, just to go out for $100, it's depending on what we get, it's gone in a quick hurry. Now, we did have money left over this time, but that's because we've really done a very good job of eating at home, and the last 2 checks he's had, I've put extra in, so we're still kind of floating above where we need to go. So for fast food, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 130, 131, 132. And that is our fast food. So this should last 2 weeks. I have a composition book in which I write all of my stuff down. I've always used a composition book, and then a combination of composition book and a computer. I love Excel, so I have an Excel version that goes ahead and adds everything for me, so I don't have to worry about too many mistakes there. But I love having the paper version because I can stop, take a minute and go, how am I pulling that out of the bank? And then after I write down how am I pulling that out of the bank, then in the bottom here, I can come in and figure out exactly what I need to pull out to be able to do my cash stuffing. All right, so gas, if you've been around for a while, you know that I've recently changed jobs. I now no longer drive. I was driving all over the district in order to work with pre-service teachers. I no longer have that job. I was putting $40 in every 2 weeks, and then my husband had to just take care of his own gas. Now I've upped this. I've been upping it to $100 for probably 3 months now. Every 2 weeks we put in 100. That seems to be really padding it. So budgeters do. We reassess what's going on and have come to realize that I'm going to drop that down to $80 for 2 weeks and see where we're at, because we still have a lot of money in the gas envelope. Now, yes, granted, I think there might be $40 that I need to pay on the credit card, but still, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 95, 100. There's over $100 in the envelope, and I'm putting 80 more in. So we're going to reassess gas every 2 weeks for a while until we figure out what that nice balance is on how much I really need to be putting now that I'm not driving and I'm covering the gas that goes in my husband's truck. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 170, 75, 80, 85, 90, 91, 92. We all have almost $200 in here. I feel like that's just ridiculous. And I know that maybe 50 of it needs to pay the credit card bill. So we're going to have to continue to reassess gas as we go along. Up next are groceries. We're going to put 275 in. Groceries, 50, 60, 75. I keep playing with groceries too. I haven't figured out what a good number is. I know most of this is unfortunately already spent, and it will be going towards paying off the credit card, because I needed to go grocery shopping the other day, and although there was no real cash in groceries, I knew he was about to get paid. So guys, I'm gonna be real, I went ahead and spent it. It's on the credit card to earn extra money so that I can buy little things here and there off of it. And then just basically going to pay back the credit card, but I still need some odds and ends, so there is a little bit extra from what I spent the other day. So 10, 20, 25, 27, 28, 29, 290, 95, 96, 97, 297 inside of here. But groceries, I still haven't figured out how to budget for groceries with all of the price increases and everything. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. Put them down in the chat. I am a couponer, so I do try to coupon from time to time. I've got an Ibotta account. If you don't have Ibotta, I suggest you, my code is down on the bottom. Please feel free to sign up using it. It's one way that I do save money at the grocery store. I use digital coupons from the stores. Sometimes I clip coupons and use those, but just trying to get groceries in check. Still haven't figured out with all of the new prices of everything. Up next is allowance. We have one left in the house. He is 14 and he does things for me around the house. He doesn't do a lot with any of his money, so it kind of sits and builds and grows So he and I were having a conversation the other day that he had well over $200 in here. He's like, oh, that's pretty cool. He wants to save some of it for spending, some of it for saving, and some of it for investments. We just haven't really actually taken any of it out. So 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. He's got $230 in here. All right, paper products. I have an addiction to couponing from time to time, and that gets me in trouble a little bit. Sometimes it's paper products, sometimes it's toiletries, so just trying to always keep this funded. I also have a tendency to let it build up and then go buy a whole handful of things too. So paper, $2, $3, $4, $45, $46 in here. Up next is pet. We have a little Chihuahua Dachshund mix who really doesn't do a lot as far as need dog food, but she does treats. And then we recently have some stray cats in the yard who've been coming in and out. Guys, we have fleas that we are fighting. So I may need to up pet in the near future because flea meds are just costing an arm and a leg. If you have any natural things that work for you, please let me know. I would love to hear them. I have tried all kinds of things, and the poor dog just keeps coming back inside with fleas after we get them all cleaned and out and everything. But we also have birds. My husband loves the birds. So that's part of what this money goes for too as well. So $10, $20, $30, $35 in pet, most of which will be spent because it's almost time for more flea meds for the dog. All right, pet. Up next is the RV. We have an RV. My husband agreed when we bought it, it would come out of his check. So I put $100 in from every one of his checks. The payment is like $170 something, but we make at least a $200 payment. And I'm on a debt-free journey, so I take a lot from my paycheck and pay it towards the RV. So his check goes towards it. Every time it gets $200, I go to the bank and drop it in the bank or pay for it. I put $20 in. Guys, I need to fess up. My addiction to Dunkin', I had gotten rid of it. I really had. I stopped swinging into Dunkin'. I was swinging into Dunkin' 3 days a week easily. I narrowed it down to 1 day a week, and then it was just during the week when I was driving, and then it was on Wednesdays because I had a long drive. And so now that I am working from home, Thursdays is my dedicated Dunkin' day. But the reality is, my husband looked at me the other day and he goes, Rosa, you can afford to get Dunkin' every day. I know I can, but it's just, it's the principle of it. I don't want to spend that money every day, but guys, I'm spending Dunkin' more and more and more. I think I'm going to have to do a no spend challenge for myself to not go to Dunkin', because although Thursday is the dedicated Dunkin' day, guys, I went Tuesday to Dunkin', I went Sunday to Dunkin'. My husband needed to go down to the store that was by Dunkin' on Saturday, so Saturday I went to Dunkin'. I can't afford this. It's costing me more than it is anything else. Oh. So anyway, that's usually where my cash goes, is towards that. But this is also for me when the girls want to get together and we all go out to do something or another. And my last cash fund that I'm going to put money into are toiletries. Toiletries have gotten me in trouble recently with couponing, spending way too much money, not putting a budget down to myself, not sticking to it. So We have more than enough toiletries for quite some time. I should not have to worry about doing that, but I still need to work on filling this up so that when that next deal comes along, I can just go ahead and buy it and know that it's already there. And those are our cash funds for the week. Fast food lives in my wallet at anytime I run through a drive-through or walk into a restaurant to pick up dinner for us. I try really hard to pay cash for it. I then save up my change, and my change is actually one of my savings challenges. It goes towards my emergency savings challenge. So that's fast food always lives there. Everything else stays in the house because honestly, guys, I use my credit card to pay for everything else. Might get me in trouble, but right now we're doing really good. Have paid no interest on the credit card in well over a year. So always making payments to the credit card to help make sure that that always stays down. All right, so we will stick those there. Up next, we're going to get into only a couple of my cash fund, or a couple of my sinking funds will get money. The first one is back to school. We have one who is finishing up the school year, but he's only in 9th grade. We'll be going into 10th grade next year, so we will need to add lunch money. He'll need clothes, back to school supplies, all kinds of stuff. So definitely not done filling this up. This is a monthly envelope that gets money every month from both my check and my husband's check to make sure that he can have lunch. He's an ROTC, so he recently went to the ball. I was able to pay for that. So just making sure that I've got money for when he needs it. So there should be 87, 2, 4, 6, 8, 85. Do I not know how to count? 2, 4, 6, 7. I don't know how to count. 75, 80, 81, 82. Well, did I not grab my $5? How much you want to bet? Oh, I did not grab my $5. Silly me, I was too busy yakking. Oh. And if I'm $5 short, then I'm going to have to go back through this video and figure something out. All right, let's try this again. 2, 4, 6, 7, 75, 80, 85, 86, 87. All right, so let's put that there. Debt pay down. I said a couple minutes ago, we are on a debt-free journey to get our stuff paid off as fast as we can. I should probably do a debt update to let you know where we are. Most of what goes towards our debt pay down comes from my check, but from his check, I do put in a little here, a little there, anywhere from 5, 10, 20, depends on what he gets paid and how much is really available to just put into that. So we have 205 for the next time the RV gets paid. All right, so debt. Our daughter, one of our girls, is in the process of getting married. She gets married later this year, and I am doing the 100 envelope challenge, and I am really, really, really trying hard to basically save $5,000 that I will gift her. She can spend it however she wants after the wedding, but that is the whole purpose of it, is just for her to use. So I have a whole bunch of savings challenges that I try to save up for, and then I stuff them all at once. So I just kind of put all of it here. All right, and then I'll stuff it later. I think that's the only savings challenge getting done today. Yes, family birthday. We have, where's my family? There it is. I just didn't go back far enough. We have, I try to always, between my check and my husband's check, we put $50 a month to the side. We need at least $600 a month, or $600 for the year for birthdays. And that takes care of $100 birthdays for 6 of us. So I've divvied it out, and I intentionally put that money here because we have 4 months in a row where we have birthdays. March, April, May, and June. And then we have 2 that are odd, but I still need at least $600 to take care of everybody's birthday. So it's really nice to be able to put in a little here. I don't really feel $25. Now I make myself put it in sometimes. I can't talk and count. So that we have it, because again, we have 4 months in a row where I need to come up with at least $400. So I did not grab my 25. But it's really nice. So like, I already know that this was my May birthday that I just haven't taken out yet to gift, and this is my June birthday that I know is already paid for, and I'm $29 ahead on the next birthday. So I absolutely love how all of these sinking funds just build and grow with each other. All right, and then we've got two more. We're gonna back way up. My husband's check always puts $20 into a cash savings. This cash savings is a savings that we track and he can look at anytime. I didn't grab my 20. It's just a great way we can jointly agree that that's what we're going to spend that chunk of money on. So 10, 12, 14, 15, 155. But that's really the purpose of this savings. Is maybe it's something we don't have an envelope for, or maybe it's something random comes up, and it's just nice to agree that we've got how much ever money, and yes, that's what we're going to spend it on. So that's that savings envelope. And then the last thing that his check is going to put money into is tag. I try really hard every month to put between $20 and $30 in for our tag. We have 4 tags currently that we are needing to pay for every year. Just recently paid for them, just over $200 for all of them. So this time we're putting in $10 so that we can work on building back up our tag fund. So they're paid for when it comes next year and we need to do them. So 99 is what I should have. 50, 70, 80, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. And that is how I have stuffed my $725 into a couple of sinking funds, one savings challenge, and then all of our cash envelopes are just bursting at the seams. If you have any questions, please drop them down in chat below. I'd really appreciate it. I hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.